everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to the divisional round now. 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Eagles going up against the Cardinals. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
Okay, Larry, first opened in 2006. Here's a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. For the first time with Johnson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The inaugural drive for this offense today, and the guy we're going to talk about, Michael Floyd.
Starting to develop into a #1 receiver, a guy that you'll count on downfield.
Five yards left for the offense. It's second down. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. On second down, Johnson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Malcolm Butler's rise to fame culminated with a fantastic play in the Super Bowl, but what a tremendous success story. Totally off the radar, has turned himself into an NFL starter.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now the dual threat man. This is DJ Foster. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Here we go now.
Floyd, the man in motion right.
No. Check. Patriot. Gone.
Watch twins.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And able to find John Brown. 15 yards through the air on a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And the D looking like they may blitz. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down, here's Daniel. This complete left side to Aguilar. Oh, and the defender took some liberties there with a late hit, roughing the passer.
The league has done a great job of defining what is a late hit. And illegal contact on a quarterback, the defenders really have to get in line.
First down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. Second down now after the incompletion. To the air, Daniel on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Time running out here on the play clock. Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel. And he connects with Ertz. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, look at 56. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniel. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Try the ground game here with the running back. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Set. Green, 39. Green.
They'll set up to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
One receiver right, that's Brown. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll come out in the pistol. Now back to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 42 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Another pistol look here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller, because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's complete to Brown, right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Brief break in the action here. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hurry up, hit me one, Mike. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw again. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. John Brown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
Man, it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 1st and 10, Daniel. Left side, caught by Matthews. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
Here we go. 319. 319. Watch it now. Check 15. Check 15. Hurry up. Here we go. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Second down following the run.
No, check. Patrick. Leopard. Hurry up. Here we go. Green, 39. No. Check. Patrick. Leopard. All right, here we go.
Here's Daniel now on 2nd down. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. In motion right comes Matthews. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniel finding time. Under pressure, and down goes Daniel. Marcus Golden able to get him for a loss of about 3.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel. He's got his man here. It's Green. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Daniel on first down. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Handoff as they run the counter play. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. From the shotgun on 3rd, Daniel. Unable to complete it to Green Beckham. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
On 1st and 10, Daniel buying time to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Second and 10, Daniel again. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Daniel on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Second and 10, Daniel. And this one's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney. Back nine it up, Billy. Here we go.
Throwing on third down, Daniel. That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And this is Michael Floyd, complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. A gain of 8 and a first down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Brandon Coleman from 17 yards out. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Point after try forthcoming. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go. Good try. Over. Gun.
They fake the give. Daniel, he's going to air it out deep. They've got his man complete. Give him 30 yards there. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go now. Blue line.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Third down and 3. Daniel on 3rd down. Aguilar has it. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. In motion right comes Matthews. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
second down. Here's Daniel. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the wideout in motion. On first down, it's Daniel. And that'll be incomplete. Matthews unable to hang on. That'll bring up second down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will actually break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Tie game here. Time starting to run down. The defense really needs to try and keep this game tied, see if they can get the ball back for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd, Daniel. That's caught at the 2. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. And the seemingly endless drive continues. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Well, I don't want to overlook the touchdown because that was huge. That ties the game. But you know where I'm going, don't you?
Need the PAT, and then you need to stop on defense.
Yeah, in a big way. The guy kicking the ball through the post, that's where all the spotlight shifts to now.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. One receiver left, 2 to the right.
Here we go now. Green.
Now Daniel. Now they go screen. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
Set. Green, 39.
Daniel. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so. But this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He's back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And that'll make it third down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. And they'll run it here. And the play goes nowhere. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, we'll see the pistol here. In motion left here, Green Beckham. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll look. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Third down, still 14 yards left. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Daniel now to throw. Green Beckham has it over the middle. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push them back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Coming to you. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw. Brought in over the middle by Glenn. And they're going to get this one all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Ten yards still left on second down.
What's left? All day, baby. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. He hits Floyd on the right. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They said beginning of the year, our goal is to get into the conference championship game at least, and they have done that.
And how about that? They set their goals and they achieved them. I actually write down my goals each and every year and rarely achieve them. So this is a big deal. And now they can set their goals one site higher. Win this one, they go to the Super Bowl.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.